All right, welcome back for the Star Trek Rewatch. I do this every Thursday, and we're in season 3. We've got this week's episode is The Day of the Dove. This was originally broadcast on November 1st, 1968. Get right into it. The writer for this one was Jerome Bixby. The director was Marvin Chomsky. Stardate unknown. The Enterprise and a Klingon battlecruiser commanded by Kang cross paths orbiting Beta 12A. Kirk is convinced that the Klingons have murdered the Federation colonists on the planet. Kang thinks the Enterprise's captain is responsible for damaging the Klingon ship and killing most of his crew. He takes the Federation personnel prisoner on the planet's surface. Kirk and the landing party beam aboard under guard, but a prearranged signal with Spock enables him to turn the tables on Kang by beaming up before the Klingons. So basically, they hold the Klingons in the pattern buffer before they allow them to energize. They call in some security members to before they, rematerialize the Klingons. Kang thinks, you've tricked me, you've outwitted me, whatever. They lead them off as prisoner. Kang and his crew are detained, but in reality, all the trouble has been caused by a malevolent energy being that feeds off aggressive instincts. So there's some sort of incorporeal energy cloud alien thing. We've seen a couple of these in the series so far. This one kind of reminds you a bit of Wolf in the Fold, where Scotty was possessed by an entity named Radjack. Kind of similar here. Only this entity never actually communicates throughout the entirety of the episode, so who knows, where it really came from, what's it doing out here, and what it wants, other than to feed off of these negative emotions for energy, pleasure. I don't know. Is it an energy vampire being? I have no idea. Um, let's see here. The entity is now aboard the Enterprise and turns the starship into a battleground. Phasers are transformed into swords. Fatal wounds heal. Injured individuals recover to fight again and again. So, yeah, it has an ability to transmute material. So it changes all the ship's phasers into claymores and swords and fencing weapons. Also, the entity makes somehow Chekhov believe that he has a brother who was killed by the Klingons, which, of course, Sulu says, brother? He has no brother. So, like, oh my. So, yeah, he doesn't actually have a brother. The thing is just making him think that he does. We get some speechification once again by William Shatner. I don't know. This we get some, like, McCoy starts to go crazy about the Klingons too, and gets all like bloodthirsty about it. So the entity is causing malevolent emotions in both the Klingons and in the Enterprise crew to make them fight. It's keeping the balance of power at even odds. There's like 38 Klingons, so the entity somehow traps the majority of the Enterprise crew below decks. Scotty's unable to free them. So it's keeping like 38 versus 38. And for some reason, the ship is like leaving the galaxy too, like going beyond out to the beyond the Great Barrier. For I don't know, this episode feels like the writer just kind of threw the entire kitchen sink into it. Like, let's add this and this and this, and it was a little bit much. I think you could have like taken some of those elements out and maybe concentrated more on the main story plot here because it feels a little bit half baked. But Chekhov at one point goes completely berserk, assaults Kang's wife, science officer Mara, who is played by Susan Howard in this episode. This is really the only episode we see in the original series that has female Klingons in it. Let's see here. Kirk stops the ensign. He stops Chekhov, then tells Mara that the Federation crewmen and Klingons have a common enemy aboard the Enterprise. With her assistance, he is able to convince Kang that they're being manipulated by a hostile entity. The two commanders call a truce, join in a backslapping session of mutual laughter. Yeah, we get another laughing ending here. The Klingon laughing, Kirk laughing, everybody laughing at the alien entity who is so disgusted that it just leaves the Enterprise and takes off for parts unknown, presumably to torment some other aliens somewhere else. The Klingons are then dropped off at the nearest Federation outpost. Um, this episode's all right. I mean, that seems to be the going feelings I have for season 3. It's okay. Michael Ansara as Kang was really the highlight of this episode. That guy is great, right? There's a Batman connection. Michael Ansara would go on to voice Mr. Freeze in Batman the Animated Series, of course, the Emmy award-winning animated series from the early 1990s. And, you know, if you've never seen the Batman animated series episode Heart of Ice with Michael Ansara as the voice of Mr. Freeze, I believe that particular episode won an Emmy Award for Outstanding Television. So it's well worth checking out. Even if you don't watch the entirety of Batman the Animated Series, that episode, Heart of Ice, is excellent. And I highly recommend it. All right. I don't really have a whole lot else to say about this. I mean, Michael Ansara, he, you know, kind of played a lot of roles in westerns and stuff on TV. Says here, there's a note. He was in the Outer Limits episode Soldier, which was written by Harlan Ellison. So, yeah, that movie or that episode Soldier, Harlan Ellison's script, Outer Limits, that's worth checking out as well. I'm going to wrap things up here. As always, let me know what you think about this one below. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.